rallied tonight against the Trump administration's crackdown on immigrants. In downtown Orlando alone, more than 100 people turned up for tonight's Good Trouble Lives On rally. Orlando community correspondent Jarrell Baker tells us more.
Orlando, united, will never be divided.
From speaking out against mass deportations in Florida's newest detention facility, dubbed Alligator Alcatraz.
That's insane. That's insane. We're about to be in hurricane season. That's ludicrous to me to have people in cages.
To federal cuts and tariffs made by the Trump administration.
Tariffs are actually taxes. We pay them. We pay it. It's not the other governments. No, we pay it.
Hundreds carried signs in disapproval of the Trump administration's policies in Orlando at City Hall Thursday for the Good Trouble Lives On protests. Seminole County, Brevard, and many others also holding protests in Central Florida. The event spanned nationwide at more than 1,600 locations, including Maryland and even Arizona, outside a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement field office.
I've learned that if 3.5% of the population, only 3.5%, get out in the streets and show their antithesis of what's happening, that's enough to turn an autocracy around. And that we're entering that period where it'll be too late if we don't act quickly.
The demonstration was part of the nationwide Good Trouble Lives On protest, named for the civil rights leader John Lewis's famous quote, "To get in good trouble, necessary trouble, and help redeem the soul of America." The nationwide demonstration comes just a little over a month after the No Kings protests, which coincided with the military parade in Washington, D.C. put on by the Trump administration.
It's what America's about. If we don't fight for each other, who's gonna, fight for you if you're in the same situation? I would want my community to fight for me.
Orlando police stood by in case the protests got too rowdy, but it remained peaceful. In Orlando, Jarrell Baker, News 6.
It's not just local citizens speaking out tomorrow. The Mexican consulate plans to reveal how ICE raids are affecting local Hispanic-owned businesses. I plan to be out there at that announcement. I'll bring you live reports starting on News 6 at 4 o'clock. Before that, we plan to stream the news conference live starting at noon on clickorlando.com.
Well, tonight we are all keeping a close eye on the weather, but not because of those summer storms. Those wrapped up early.
Yeah, no, we're watching the heat. It's already stifling. Now prepare for a sweltering change. Let's get right to meteorologist Jonathan Kegas.
Yeah, right, guys. It's always hot, of course, this time of the year, but I think the hottest stretch of the weather that we've seen so far this summer is coming on the pipeline. You mentioned it, storms wrapping up early tonight, just a few stray showers, mainly south of Gainesville, northwest of Ocala tonight. Everything dying down pretty early. That's going to allow the heat to really surge over the next couple of days. Again, I think the hottest stretch of weather that we've seen so far this summer is coming. The 96-degree reading there at the Orlando International Airport. That's the hottest day so far. We've reached that number 3 times this year. Now, forecasting highs on Saturday, likely going to get into the upper 90s. We're going to keep things in the mid to upper 90s on Sunday and Monday. This is all as rain chances stay very, very low, so not a ton of relief. Find the pool. Wait till you see what it's going to feel like as we roll through the weekend and into early next week. Coming up at about 10:17, guys.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. We are still waiting to learn more about a person who died after their car was crushed by a tree. Wildwood police asked people to avoid the area of Marsh Bend Trail and McNeil Avenue all day today as officers continue to investigate. Video shows crews towing that car away. Police say the driver was going south when the tree fell onto his car. Now, that was the only person inside who died at the scene. Wildwood police say so far it looks like the tree fell on its own, but the reason why is not clear yet.
People living in this Volusia County community say they're seeing a road getting more and more dangerous. Talking about Glencoe Road, leaders are now working to try to find some solutions. Your Volusia County community correspondent Molly Reed shows us the problem and what the county is hoping to do.
You can see there's a sharp bend on South Glencoe Road here. Now, this may look like a residential area, but it's actually the main cut through from New Smyrna Beach down to Edgewater if you're not on I-95, so hundreds are using this every day. Now, the folks who live around here, they say this bend is dangerous, especially with the drivers coming down, ignoring the speed reduction signs.
You know, it's a high-speed section here. You can see not too many people slow down, not even trucks.
Neighbors sent us these videos and pictures. Cars, trucks, even dump trucks and 18-wheelers flying by towards the bend. One resident on the bend says he's had to replace his fence multiple times. Check out these photos of an SUV that recently went airborne on the curb and landed on his fence.
I'm not surprised at all. I'm surprised it hasn't happened more often.
Those who live here say it's becoming a bigger issue too, with new developments going in all around the road.
This has been my family home since 1978, and I would say it's been an issue at least since they put the traffic light and all the construction out on 44, 2014, 2012.
And finally, they say they're being heard. This week, Volusia County leaders held a neighborhood meeting with the Glencoe Road residents, assuring they would work to find a solution.
There's, I want to say, approximately about $5 million that we have now dedicated to projects, safety projects throughout Volusia County to help out with areas just like this. And
the county says it has several different solutions, including more signage, lighting, and audio vibratory pavement markings similar to rumble strips to slow drivers down.
He also assured us that he was going to put signs at either side of the road, ends of the road, that there would be local deliveries only, maybe calm down some of the through traffic. I don't know.
And the county says all of these solutions will be put in place within the next few months. I'm your Volusia County community correspondent, Molly Reed, News 6.
Just into News 6, the end of a broadcasting era is now less than a year away.
Yeah, CBS is pulling the plug on The Late Show.
The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And
all new in minutes, how Colbert broke the news, what CBS is saying, and when the Ed Sullivan Theater will go dark.
And a different kind of danger is plaguing one local neighborhood when someone brought in two pretty peacocks. They never dreamed it would lead to all of this.
They go after the kids.
I'm missing part of my screen because one of them got in there and I guess got a little upset or scared.
It's funny because all I hear is thud, thud, thud because they're pecking it with their beak.
Ahead on News 6, the damage these angry birds are causing and why no one is stepping forward to solve these peacock problems.
And Brightline's expansion plans are still on track. The big step today that will help eventually bring rail service from Orlando to Tampa.
You're watching News 6 at 10, live on a Thursday night covering Oviedo, Palm Bay, and all of Central Florida. Well, now at 10, we all live with some nuisances from time to time. I have a raccoon who is my mortal enemy. Sometimes it's a noisy neighbor. What about loud visitors who damage your car and use your lawn as a bathroom?
That's not good. They are real animals, peacocks to be specific, and neighbors in Orlando say they are terrorizing them. News 6's Alex Cook spotted the damage firsthand and heard the complaints.
Residents here at the Costa del Sol condo community in Orlando say they're tired of living with neighbors they say are loud, inconsiderate, and unruly. Dozens of wild peacocks.
Pieces everywhere, and the kids plays in the ground. You know, that has so many bacteria. So that's one of the things that we worried about. They go after the kids.
Residents say a neighbor brought in 2 peacocks years ago. They've been having babies every year since, adding more peacocks and more problems. The large birds attack dark, shiny cars, trying to fight their reflections. One resident spent thousands repairing his car before finally giving up and getting a lighter color.
They scratch your car because they think they're fighting. And it's funny because all I hear is thud, 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 because they're pecking it with their beak. And then they go to the other side of the car because they think they'll get to that other bird. And then they're not just pecking at it, they're jumping up and they're scratching it.
Victor works from home and says the constant noise interferes with his job and his sleep. They've also damaged his property.
I'm missing part of my screen because one of them got in there and I guess got a little upset or scared and they smashed through there. They're constantly on the roof. I had to replace 2 tiles already over time.
Worst of all, they can't seem to get anyone to help.
We have tried to call everybody, governmental agencies, private vendors.
I contacted Orange County, the city of Orlando, and Florida Fish and Wildlife, all of whom say it's up to the residents to remove the peacocks. Calderon says they can't get a trapper to show up and that no one seems to have a place for so many wild birds.
They don't want to come at all, so it's something that, you know, for us is ridiculous at this point.
The problem only getting worse with time. The human residents of Costa del Sol desperate for results. In Orlando, Alex Cook, News 6.
It's so easy to live outside that neighborhood and say, oh, they're beautiful,
So pretty.
just deal with it. But if they're waking you up at night,
And doing that kind of damage to your property.
that's a problem. Well, one of those neighbors called us to tell us about that peacock issue. We're seeing an issue. If you're seeing an issue like that you want us to highlight, reach out to us. Just go to a News 6 app or click Orlando.com, click Contact Us. Let us know how we can help. We will see it.
New at 10 tonight, it is the end of an era for CBS. The network announced today it is ending The Late Show in May of next year, calling it, quote, purely a financial decision.
Here's how current Late Show host Stephen Colbert broke the news to the audience at today's taping.
I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And yeah, I share your feelings.
Colbert says he's really grateful to the audience and the roughly 200 people who make that Emmy Award-winning show happen every night.
Not just the end of our show, but it's the end of The Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away. And I do want to say, that the folks at CBS have been great partners. I'm so grateful to the Tiffany Network for giving me this chair and this beautiful theater to call home. And I've had the pleasure and the responsibility of sharing what we do every day with you in front of this camera for the last 10 years. And let me tell you, it is a fantastic job. I wish somebody else was getting it. And it's a job that I'm looking forward to doing with this usual gang of idiots for another 10 months.
In their official statement, CBS said in part, quote, this is a purely financial decision against a challenging backdrop in late night. It is not related in any way to the show's performance, content, or other matters happening at Paramount.
The Late Show started back in August of 1993 when host David Letterman moved to CBS from NBC.
You can still catch Colbert tonight and every weeknight through next May, right after News 6 at 11.
Well, tonight, Brightline is rolling forward with its plan to bring high-speed rail service from Orlando to Tampa. Today, the company took a big step toward funding that extremely expensive expansion. The company wants to issue up to $400 million in bonds to expand the rail system from its current last stop at Orlando International Airport to somewhere in downtown Tampa. That plan got the green light today from the Florida Development Finance Corporation, which can issue public bonds for private businesses. No construction start date has been announced, though. Ybor City is being heavily considered for Tampa's future Brightline station.
Well, tonight, NASA says the next crewed launch from the Space Coast is now set for July 31st. NASA set that date to send Crew 11 to the ISS from Kennedy Space Center. You're looking at video from March of Crew 10 blasting off aboard a SpaceX Dragon capsule. The next team of 4 will take the longest route yet to dock with the ISS. It's a 39-hour flight time.
That is long. Launch time is set for 12:09 in the afternoon. Again, that's 2 weeks from today. We will bring you the launch here on air and on clickorlando.com.
All right, time now for meteorologist Jonathan Kagas as we wind down on this lovely evening. We start looking toward the weekend, Jonathan.
Yeah, and start thinking about how to stay cool. Of course, I know it's always hot in Central Florida, but we're going to crank up the thermostat even further. Great beach weekend, great pool weekend. There will be a stray thunderstorm or two out there. Otherwise, though, I think we're mainly dry. Here's a live look outside on a nice quiet night in Brevard County. That's Port Canaveral with our Launch Credit Union camera tonight. Air temperatures back to the low 80s under a mainly clear sky right now. Nice clean sweep across all of Central Florida. Just a stray lingering shower lifting out of Marion County towards Gainesville tonight. Otherwise, we are nice and quiet, and we'll stay on the muggy side. 83 degrees in Mount Dora. Good evening in the Villages. We are at 83. Daytona Beach, we're at 82. Groveland, we are checking in at 81 degrees tonight. Now, tomorrow morning, I think everybody's on the dry side when you wake up. 76 in Groveland. Tomorrow, we're at 77 degrees in Mount Dora. Tomorrow, clouds and rain forecast. I think tomorrow is kind of the transition out of our normal pattern that we just got back into after our atypical start to the week with that tropical moisture surging through on Monday. That's 6, 7 o'clock on your Friday morning. A few stray showers trying to push in right along the coast. Again, most of us are going to be on the dry side. I think we'll see a few thunderstorms try to get going. I think the model forecast here is going to be overdone. A few thunderstorms going to be possible. Rain chances tomorrow at 40%. But again, I think what you saw there is oversold on the computer forecast. 40% shot for thunderstorms again tomorrow. We are climbing into the mid-90s in Sanford, into Lake Mary. Oviedo, we're at 94 degrees. Palm Coast, Bunnell, good evening. We're back to 92 tomorrow afternoon. Heading to the theme parks. It's going to be a very nice day for it. It's going to be super hot, but you expect that this time of the year. 95 degrees, your high temperature by 4 o'clock. Just doing a little dodging again with those thunderstorms that try to get going and then make their way back up into the north towards the Orlando metro area. Beyond tomorrow, it gets even hotter. Again, factor in the humidity. We're talking about triple-digit heat indices. No doubt the hottest we've seen so far this year. Air temperatures on Saturday, 97 degrees. We're at 96 on Sunday. And those feels-like temperatures with the humidity surging going to be in that 105 to possibly even as high as 110 in some cases. So again, find the pool. Rain chances super low. No new development in the tropics over the next 7 days. Hardly a cloud in the sky over the main development region of the Atlantic. So things very nice in the tropical Atlantic tonight. 30% shot for thunderstorms on Saturday. Same deal on Sunday. Again, I think there will be a couple of downpours, maybe a few rumbles of thunder out there, but most of us are going to be dry for the weekend. 40% shot for thunderstorms as we move into Monday. And then once we get into Tuesday, some of that moisture surges back. Those storm chances get a little higher. We'll be right back after this short break.
A devastating digital heist has left an Air Force veteran without his life savings. I'm News 6 investigator Lewis Bolden. We investigate how hackers stole more than $500,000 in cryptocurrency. Coming up. A devastating digital heist has left an Air Force veteran without his life savings. I'm News 6 investigator Lewis Bolden. We connected with the U.S. Secret Service to investigate how hackers stole more than $500,000 in cryptocurrency and why experts say this type of crime is becoming more common.
I was shocked. I said, there's no way.
For 8 years, Brandon Page carried his crypto wallet everywhere through deployments in Iraq, Afghanistan, and across the Middle East. The Air Force veteran thought his digital fortune was secure.
And I was so terrified to lose these tokens that I moved them to the Ledger in like 2017.
Ledger is a type of crypto hardware wallet that is unhackable because it's kept offline. Page has since stored it in a safe. But last month, hackers somehow gained access to his digital wallet, stealing 268,357 shares of XRP cryptocurrency.
At the time was 569,000 US dollars.
So you lost $569,000.
Yeah.
Like that.
You know what the price of it is now?
What?
It's about $800,000 at current price today.
News 6 connected Page with Secret Service financial analyst Brian Watson.
So you've seen this many times?
I've seen it a couple of times, yep.
Watson uncovered how it happened.
When he created the account, he took a picture of that seed phrase and emailed it to himself. So one of those email addresses was compromised.
That seed phrase, essentially a password, was all the thieves needed. The Secret Service tracked it, and within days, the crooks moved the money from Page's wallet to their wallet and then fanned it through multiple exchanges, making it nearly impossible to retrieve.
They spread it out. They move a little bit to different parts, and then they cash out a little bit different places. They're good at laundering the proceeds.
The Secret Service is investigating, but chances of recovery are slim. Watson says time is critical in these cases.
The quicker that it's reported to us, the faster we can jump on it, the faster we can get cooperation from exchanges, the faster that we can trace it.
For Page, the loss has tested his resilience.
It's been stressful. It's been stressful. To know that, you took a blow like that is very significant.
Watson says never photograph or email sensitive crypto information and store seed words and passwords offline in a secure location. I'm Lewis Bolden, News 6.
Thank you for joining us. You can find all of tonight's stories right here on News 6 Plus.
It is free to download to your smart TV or your streaming device. Hope you have a great night. We'll see you at 11 o'clock.